Hi guys, welcome back to CB&J.
Howdy.
Now this week we thought we would talk about Pokemon Go. How could we not talk about Pokemon Go?
Oh man.
It is absolutely everywhere at the moment.
It certainly is.
So with a game as big as Pokemon Go, one question that Captain Deadpool 83 had was, Sean, are you going to play this? And I think that with 7.5 million US downloads in the first few days, there's a fair chance that most of your friends are jumping online. This game has been taking off gangbusters, and the company is already pulling in about $1.6 million in daily revenue. So what exactly is Pokemon Go, and why am I seeing people running around the streets with their phones almost running into cars? So basically, you pick up your phone, jump into the game, select your username. The first thing you need to do is select your starting Pokemon. Now, players of the original Pokemon series will find this very familiar. And one thing that I was really happy about was the choice of starter Pokemon was from the original Pokemon set.
Generation 1.
Which is awesome.
My fave.
So you've got Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle to choose from. Now there is actually a cheeky trick. If you walk away from those Pokemon, you can actually catch Pikachu if you keep walking away. Eventually he'll pop up.
That's so rough though, because like he's gone out and caught them for you and said, you know, take your choice, free Pokemon, no worries. And you're like, I don't want any of these losers.
I want any of those Pokemon. I want Pikachu.
And he's like, oh no, it's fine. I just spend hours catching them. Don't worry about it. Like, have some crap Pikachu. I don't care.
Yeah, what a guy.
Goes home and starts crying. Don't blame him.
Poor guy. Once you choose that Pokemon in the original game, that's really important. That Pokemon's probably going to be with you for the entire game. You're going to spend a lot of time focusing on him, training him, powering up, and you'll probably take him with you to all the gym battles and to your final battle.
And that sets you up for the first few gyms as well. Like your starter Pokemon will sort of set the tone for pretty much the first half of the game because you rely heavily on them.
Yeah. Completely different in Pokemon Go. I've actually found, I chose Bulbasaur to start with. He had a combat power of about 14. And I have to say, he's probably one of my weakest Pokemon. So this game works very differently. You roam around in real time, in real life, walking around. When you find a Pokemon, and let's be honest, when you start the game, you're probably going to find either a Pidgey, a Rattata, Zubat, and that's it. When you find those Pokemon, you capture them. They have different strengths and attributes associated with them, and you get candy with them as well. So when you collect that candy, everyone loves candy, what you can do with that is work towards evolving your Pokemon.
Very, very interesting mechanic. I had no idea. And actually, that's how you almost earn experience with them. So you will power them up. So that's like giving them Stardust and candy. So you get Stardust when you catch Pokemon as well. And yeah, like you said, each Pokemon you get candy with it as well. So you'll use those two combined to level them up, or just the candy to evolve them, which will then make them more powerful as well. So
let's fast forward a little bit. So most people have played the game now, and if you haven't played it, by the time we've explained the first part, you probably will be up to where we're up to now. So you start walking around, you've caught a few Pokemon, you're feeling a little bit more confident, you're starting to get a few Pokemon with some good combat points. Now you want to take them to a gym and do some battling.
Yeah, man.
Those gyms are located in the real world, and generally you'll find that they're located against landmarks or parks. So you've got to walk around, try and find a real world landmark, which is really cool. I like that concept. Like, you have to actually go somewhere that physically has value to the area that you're in. I've already found a few areas around my local area that I had no idea existed just by walking around playing the Pokemon game. Yeah,
exactly. Rewards exploration, and like gives you actual rewards for it. It's fantastic.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
But as Ishwar says, how fine Jim, there is no Jim, I am an Indian. And he's not wrong. When it comes to regional areas, there's just not as many Pokestops and gyms as you find in the major cities. This is going to put a lot of players at a disadvantage going into the end game. I'm already at level 12, but I can guarantee people in major cities are probably up to level 20 by now.
Yeah.
And that's not for me playing the game as frequently as they are. It's just that I don't have access to as many points as they do. And so this is going to create a bit of a divide in the game, and I do hope it's something that they look at or address. I don't want to have to travel an hour and a half into the city every time I want to catch some Pokemons.
So this game is available on iOS and Android platforms, so plenty of exposure. Pretty much anyone can get it.
Yeah.
And as Sophia GA asks, where can I buy it? Good question.
Yeah.
But it's actually free. You do not have to buy it, which is fantastic. So it's accessible to everyone. If you get bored, you can just download it and give it a shot if you like.
That's it.
Now, with this, there is a downside, unfortunately. So you have limited supply. So as you can imagine, with the normal Pokemon games, you have limited Pokeballs, potions, all that sort of stuff. So if you get into trouble, you know, you'll need a bit of a stock going on. So Pokestops help with this. You're able to visit different locations, as you mentioned before.
Yep.
And you're able to get Pokeballs, revives, potions, all that sort of stuff.
And some raspberries.
Oh, them raspberries. So you're able to get those, but in limited supply, and you'd have to visit a few Pokestops or hang around for a while. They reset every 5 minutes, which is pretty cool. It's not like an hour or anything like that. But to help that along, it's also got a cash shop. So it's like a freemium game almost. So, you know, you can buy sets and stuff like that, which will help you purchase more items. Speaking of items, an avid Pokemaniac and Nazra has written, I just got paid $6,784 USD working off my laptop this month. And if you think that's cool, my divorced friend has twin toddlers.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's got a point. Like, if you're going to be wanting to use the cash shop with Pokemon Go, you're going to need that sort of money, because the most expensive pack is $159.99 Australian.
That's crazy.
So that is a crap ton. Think of like a AAA title is like $60 in like retail.
Isn't that crazy? That's like 2 copies of Fallout 4.
That's like, yeah, it is like 2 copies of Fallout 4. You're completely correct.
That's crazy. And that's like one time you purchase the pack. You might come back and purchase a few times.
Yeah, it's limited. You know, you get Poke Coins from it, which is, it's a spendable resource, and you can get it for free in smaller amounts by defending gyms.
Yep.
But yeah, like it's a great money-making regime for Nintendo.
Yeah.
But also people who have expendable money like a Nazro off his laptop, it's like nothing, you know, and he can just get ahead like heaps with that sort of money. While Pokemon Go is very addictive, it's very fun to go around and catch all your favorite Pokemon. It is a big departure from everything that Pokemon's sort of known for, like with your turn-based battles and you're battling against other trainers and stuff like that. There's next to none of that.
Yeah.
There are gyms, however, that you can fight for control over, which is really cool. You can be pretty much a gym leader. But yeah, for some people, they might find it uncomfortable for such a big jump from what they know to this new mobile format.
Yeah, I thought there's definitely going to be a drop-off once people, you know, lose that craze a little bit. But some of the things I'm really enjoying is, you know, running around just catching those Pokemon. You see the Rattata's, the Pidgeys, all that sort of stuff all the time. But when you see that one Bulbasaur or Squirtle pop up, that feels like Pokemon.
It's genuine excitement.
It really feels, and when you catch it, I was walking and I found a Meowth, and I got so excited. I was like, yes! Right after I caught it. And I was like, I'm just playing a bloody mobile game. Like, I haven't felt that sort of visceral feeling from a mobile game probably ever. You know, and as Christopher Garrett says, that's incredible. And he's not wrong, it's a really fun game. And there's a reason why there's so many active users right now. People are picking it up and they're playing it and they're enjoying it. I think the craze is going to wear off, undoubtedly. It is going to drop down. But for right now, it's quite an interesting game. And the developers have actually said that they're looking at adding in battling between trainers.
Oh, really?
Possibly. And they're looking at trading between trainers.
Okay,
I think if they can add those things, that's really important. Like, I want to be able to go over to your house, show you the Pokemon that I've got, and we can do some fair trades, and we can build up each other's Pokedex, which is kind of really the essence of the Pokemon game.
Yeah.
To have those two features.
Definitely.
If we get that, I'll be a long-staying player. If we don't get that, I think eventually the charm's going to wear off.
Yeah, definitely. It's be a little bit more fleshed out, a little bit more Pokemon-like, I reckon, and I reckon it will do very well.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. Let us know your favorite stuff with Pokemon Go. If anyone's caught a Ditto, I want to know, because apparently they don't bloody exist. But let us know, comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the game. There's so many people playing. There's got to be so many different opinions. Cool. Thanks, guys, and we'll speak to you soon.
So yeah. Speaking of items, an avid Pokemaniac and Azure has written in, I just got paid $6,784 USD working off my laptop this month. And if you think that's cool, my divorced friend has twin toddlers.
Wow.
Not having it even tone kills it, man. Because I get so excited about it. Hey man, if you think that's cool.